running, never bothered about what could be coming. Every day we danced and life was smiling. We were young and drunk in love.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to bring you guys my 25 and 26 week twin pregnancy update. So I'm going to be talking about everything that happened during weeks 25 and 26, and I'm going to just fill you guys in on all my symptoms, how the babies are growing, and all of that. I'll share a little bit from some of my apps, and yeah, so let's get right into it. Okay, so the last 2 weeks have been pretty crazy. So I know in my most recent video, which if you haven't seen it yet, I'll link it down below just in case so you can catch up there. But in my most recent video, I spoke about how I had so many crazy symptoms starting in week 24, and most of those have continued. A few of them have subsided, so like that's good. We're not getting like the Charlie horses anymore, which is really nice, and like some of the other smaller symptoms, but things have definitely escalated. So during week 25, one of the funniest symptoms that I have gotten is that I started leaking breast milk. So with Chloe, I really didn't start leaking any colostrum or breast milk until maybe like 35 weeks. Like it was really far along, and I'm sure because I did breastfeed for a year that my boobs are just preparing sooner than they would have, you know, if I hadn't done that. So with Chloe, I obviously was not leaking yet at this point, a whole like 10 weeks sooner. But I picked up the one day, the first day that it happened, I picked Chloe up, and the way that I have to hold her now, because I have like this big belly that I'm trying to kind of position her around, I have to pick her up really high. So if I'm holding her at all, like she's way up here. So I'm holding her, and she was kind of like pressed into my left breast. And I think I was like putting her into her crib or something like that, not holding her for like a severely long time at all. And so I put her down, and I happened to have just been wearing like a thin like bralette style bra, and so I looked down and threw my bra onto the tank top that I was wearing, which is like a light colored tank top. You could just see like breast milk, and I sort of like felt it. I was like, what is that? And like looked down, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm leaking breast milk. What is this? Because it's been a year and a half since I have breastfed. So it's been a long time since I have had to experience anything leaking out of my boobs. But so that was definitely an interesting, funny one. And so I've been trying to wear like thicker bras just in case it happens again. It did happen one other time where I started leaking a little bit of breast milk as well, but it really only happened those 2 times so far that I have noticed. So yeah, I've been wearing a little bit thicker bras now just in case, and it's not a big deal at all, but it was just kind of a funny one. During week 25, I started consistently needing to get up to pee at least a minimum of 2 times every single night. I get up and pee like 2 times every night, sometimes up to 4 or 5 times in a night. So it can be a lot when I'm getting up that many times at night. It's frustrating because you know, I want to be getting all the rest that I can right now, and it's really tough because obviously I'm exhausted from growing 2 babies and taking care of a toddler all day and working and all of these other things that I'm doing on top of it. Getting up to pee that many times at night is obviously frustrating because a lot of times I can't fall back to sleep right away after. And so it's hard because I am definitely feeling the exhaustion hitting now, and it's just getting a lot more accelerated. I will tell you that I feel like I am like 35 weeks pregnant. I don't feel like I'm like even at 25 weeks. I'm 27 now as I'm filming this, but I feel like I am a lot further along in this pregnancy just because of how big these babies are and how big my belly is and how uncomfortable things have been starting to get. It's really getting to the point where it's very uncomfortable for me to find a great sleeping position. It is hard for me in the middle of the night to change positions. If I'm lying on this side, to get flipped over to that side is just a process. So all of those types of things, they're definitely making a presence a little bit earlier than they did in my singleton pregnancy. And it definitely makes things tough. While I'm talking about being uncomfortable here, anytime things fall on the ground, I can't really do a great job of bending over to get them because I get this like sharp pain up here. Like, I don't know if it's the top of my uterus or what it is, but I get a sharp shooting pain like under my boobs anytime I try and like bend over to get something. So unless I can squat down holding on to like a counter, the couch, etc., I can't really do that like forward bend motion. So I'm seriously considering ordering a grabber. So, you know, it's just hard when it's just me here. I can get Chloe to pick stuff up sometimes, but like she's very stubborn and has a mind of her own. So if sometimes she doesn't want to do something, she's not gonna pick up whatever I ask her to if, you know, she's not in the mood to. Other times she's super helpful. So it's really a flip of a coin whether or not I'm gonna be able to get her to pick things up for me. So if you guys see me talking about a grabber in an upcoming video, you know why. During week 26, a couple of things changed for me. One of them being that my appetite is way down again. So I probably don't have a ton of room left in here for food, but my appetite is like so low. I can get myself to eat like a bowl of cereal in the morning, or sometimes I can get a bagel, and I pretty much eat like a light salad for lunch, or today I made myself like a little gluten-free PB&J, and if you guys have ever seen gluten-free bread, they're small pieces. So I made like a small little PB&J sandwich. I try and snack on fruit like grapes, blueberries, apples, bananas, stuff like that throughout the day so that I'm getting extra like healthy things in. But it's definitely tough because I don't have great appetite. I'm not really like, things don't sound good to me anymore. Whereas like a couple weeks ago, I was like, give me all the food and like stuffing my face and like constantly needing to have a snack or was hungry. And it's just like the complete opposite of that. I feel like I was back in the first trimester when I just was never hungry for anything. So that was definitely a big change starting in week 26. Another change that happened during week 26 was that I started getting really emotional. So for multiple reasons. We had a really rough week with Chloe here where things were just tough. She had a kind of, I think, a mental leap for a toddler, if that's still, you know, considered a mental leap, where she just was fighting everything, fighting putting on her pull-up, fighting going into her crib, fighting putting on pajamas, stuff like that. And so I had a really hard week that week. I was really struggling being here by myself this far along in my pregnancy with a lot of things to do and a really stubborn toddler, you know. And it's clear, luckily she's kind of cleared out of that a little bit. She's still having a few small minor temper tantrums and stuff, but nothing like outside of the norm for a 2-year-old. But week 26 was really tough on me because I had that going on, as well as like, I swear I must have had a huge spike in hormones this week because I was crying every single day. Like, I am not kidding you. Every single day I was crying, and I tried to get motivated to film videos for YouTube, and even like a simple cleaning video or a cook with me video, anything like that. And I could not get myself even a little bit motivated to get the camera out. Anything beyond, I was filming some of the stuff we were doing in the nursery, which a nursery video will be coming up really soon. And I'm so excited to share that with you guys. I cannot wait for you guys to see the twins nursery. It's almost completed. I'm just finishing with some of the final touches. But I was able to get some of that filmed, but that's pretty much the only thing that I was motivated to do during week 26, because I was just so emotional and tired and worn out. It was just a really tough week for me. I was able to get both of the twins' cribs built and their dresser that we purchased from IKEA built. So, and I am so proud of myself because I actually did those on my own. We tried the first day to have Chloe come in the room with us while we were building the crib, and it just didn't work. She just wanted to get into everything, and it was just we were gonna need to be too like paying attention to what we were doing to have her just like playing in the playroom by herself for that long of a period of time. So I ended up saying, let me just build it. The boxes are already up here. Each individual piece is not that heavy, so I wasn't gonna be heavy lifting, you know? So Ryan brought all the boxes up, and over that week, I managed to build both cribs and their dresser, and I was just really, really proud of myself for that. So even with all of the crazy emotions and hormones and toddler stuff going on, lack of sleep, I'm just really proud of myself that I was able to get those kind of major things done, because the nursery is really the last big project that we have on our list right now. You know, we want to get other stuff done, like smaller things, but as far as like had the big bathroom makeover project, we had Chloe's bedroom, you know, move over and like change everything in that room project, and now the nursery project. And after that, like all the big, huge projects will be done for a while. So basically, as soon as I finish up that nursery, I'm going to be so relieved that I'm going to have some time to just kind of settle into the end of the pregnancy, because week 26 was the last week of the second trimester for me. So officially I finished up the second trimester and started the third trimester, which is the shortest one for me, because with twin pregnancies you don't go past 38 weeks. So I would be induced on my 38-week mark, which is October 6th, if I don't go into natural labor or have a medical reason for them to need to, you know, do an emergency C-section or something like that sooner. So we have, at this point, 11 weeks. When I'm filming this video, it'll be almost getting to the point of 10 weeks left until we get to meet the babies, which is just so crazy to me. Oh my gosh, saying that out loud is like really, really crazy to me. But it's just so exciting at the same time. I seriously, like, I'm getting so excited. I actually just like had posted on Instagram and had shown a picture of Chloe kissing my belly, and she does it every morning. She comes and she lifts my shirt up so she can see my belly, and she kisses it and she says, "Hi, little brother and sister," or "Hi, baby brother and sister." And it's just so sweet, and it just makes me so excited for her to be a big sister and understand more what that means, because at this point she doesn't really totally get it. We tell her there's babies in my belly, but like, what does that mean to a 2-year-old, right? Like, she's trying to conceptualize it, and you can see that. But I think when they get here, it's gonna be a whole different wild ride for her. But I'm so excited for her to just get to like hold them and like hold their little hand and just snuggle them and love on them. And I know that she's gonna be the best big sister. So I'm just getting really excited. Oh my gosh, you guys see, I told you I was emotional. I'm like sitting here like thinking about Chloe being a big sister, and it's like making me get tears in my eyes. So I'll stop talking about that now. Okay, so I want to show you guys, like I always do, I'll put over here a little bit of a screen recording from the Pregnancy Plus app so you guys can see just about the size of what the babies are looking like in comparison to my cell phone now. It's insane. They're so big, you guys. They are literally, I will show you, instead of using a vegetable prop this week, I am going to use Chloe's baby dolls because during week 26, this is how big they were. This is how big the babies inside of my belly are right now. Like, just try and imagine the baby. I can't even do it. But this is approximately how big the babies inside my belly are right now. Miles and Mackenzie are getting huge. And I can tell because the kicks that come out of my belly are just crazy. Like, I have never experienced this with Chloe. She just was not this crazy kung fu baby, but at least one of them in there is. I mean, I see it like, it looks crazy. Like they are just punching through my belly. Like I honestly don't even know how else to explain it. But it's really cute. Okay, so I'm gonna read you guys a little bit from one of my pregnancy apps. Okay, so this week, baby A and B are the size of a large butternut squash. So if you wanted to compare, instead of comparing to our lovely baby dolls, we can put a picture of a butternut squash right here so that you guys can see just how big they are in vegetable form. Your babies can now open and shut their eyes. So up until this point, the baby's eyes had been fused shut since I think maybe like the first trimester. Sometime during the first trimester, their eyes fused shut. And they stayed that way all the way up until week 26. So week 26, they are able to start opening their eyes. They can react more to lights that you shine at your belly and stuff like that. So that's really exciting. It's just really cool that they are opening their eyes now, and like, just imagine them sort of like blinking or like squinching up their little faces. And when they come out, I just imagine them opening their eyes and seeing, their mama's face for the first time. And that's kind of an exciting thought to have as well. By week 26, babies are testing out their lungs by inhaling and exhaling amniotic fluid, which is a crucial part of development. But they also start practicing opening their eyes, respond with a punch if you shine a flashlight onto your belly. So I haven't been doing that because they punch me enough. As I said, they're kung fu babies. So I get plenty of kicks and punches. So I have not been shining flashlights on, but maybe I'll try it later with Ryan because a lot of times whenever he tries to like feel them, they'll stop moving. So it's just funny. He'll see them like kick and he'll be like, oh, well, that was crazy, and like come over to feel them and maybe get like one kick and then they like settle in. So maybe I'll try shining the flashlight just to give him a few more kicks that he can get to feel. So generally around this time of pregnancy, we would be taking a hospital tour. As most of you know, if you've been following my pregnancy journey from the beginning, we switched doctors a few weeks in, about 14 weeks into the pregnancy. We switched doctors from the one that delivered Chloe, or the group that delivered Chloe, I should say, to a different group. And when we did that, that meant we were also switching hospitals. So we delivered Chloe at a hospital that was a little bit closer to our home. We are delivering the twins at a hospital that is downtown. That is an amazing hospital that has a great NICU and really great maternal fetal medicine program for high-risk pregnancies. And so it just was a better match for our specific needs during this pregnancy, since this pregnancy is high risk and definitely has its own complications involved with it. So when we switched, we've actually never seen that hospital before. Besides I have seen the ultrasound rooms of the hospital because I had to do some ultrasounds there around 20 and 22 weeks. But outside of that, we weren't able to see the actual labor and delivery floors, the NICU, or anything like that. That being said, I did call to find out, and they are working on trying to do virtual tours right now. They're not doing any in-person tours, but they have a virtual tour for their other campus, but not for the downtown campus where we will be delivering. So unfortunately, we won't be able to really see what the hospital's like, which is kind of a bummer because I wanted, clearly in my mind when we got pregnant, COVID wasn't even, really a thing yet. We hadn't understood what the impact of COVID was. And so at the time, I had thought, oh, how cool would it be to film a tour of the hospital so that people can see it. And so that had been my original plan. But unfortunately, we won't be doing that. We don't have a hospital tour. But I still do plan on taking you guys along with me to my labor and delivery. So that will be really fun and exciting. With Chloe, all I have is my birth story. We didn't film anything for her pregnancy. I wasn't on YouTube at the time. So I do have my labor and delivery story, which I will link down below if you guys are interested in going back and hearing that. It is one of the first videos that I put on YouTube, so bear with me. Try and be kind when you are watching it, because it definitely was when I was still getting used to talking on camera, and I didn't really feel quite as comfortable yet. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're watching it, if you go check it out. All right, guys, so before we head out for the day, I am going to show you guys my baby bump. And today I remembered to wear shorts and a tank top so that you guys could actually see my belly, since everyone's always asking me that. So I didn't wear a dress today on purpose so that I would be able to show you guys my real belly up close and personal. As I have been saying, I haven't got any stretch marks yet. You'll see that in the video. But if I do, I will keep you guys informed with that as well. And I hope that you guys enjoy checking out my baby bump. So much for stopping by today. If you guys are new around here, please don't forget to hit that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Any kind of engagement you can do for me on this video really truly helps my channel out and helps me out as a creator, helps me to be able to continue bringing videos like this to you guys. I thank you guys all so much for everything that you do for me, for watching my ads, for commenting on my videos and everything else, because it really honestly is such a huge help. All right, guys, I love you so much. I can't wait to see you guys in my next update. See you later, babes. Bye.
We were young and we were free and running, never bothered about what could be coming. Every day we danced and life was smiling.